Hey guys, welcome into a Beauty Empties video. I've got 28 items that I want to talk about today. There's actually 2 or 3 different products that are no good. I will not be using them up. I do these videos pretty frequently and I really enjoy doing them, kind of telling you guys what my experience was in using these products, tell you what I think is worth it and what I think is not worth it. There are some limited edition items in here, but in case they come back, I feel like I should talk about them. Plus there are other like similar products on the market currently from these brands. So I did film this look with the discontinued Gloss Gods Gal on Venus palette, or first Gal on Venus palette. This video is already up on my channel. It should be the last video that I posted, or second to last. Really just depends on how I get to editing the last couple of videos that I've filmed. So if you're interested in seeing that look put together, this whole makeup look, I do have it up on my channel. All right, let's get into it. I want to talk about the 3 things that I couldn't finish up. I tried, I couldn't, that are just not going to work for me. The first one is the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow Body 12% AHA and BHA Resurfacing Serum. This is with honey and prickly pear. This has been discontinued. I've actually had this in my collection for a while. I didn't get around to using it like through my body care products. I have like a stash, and by the time I did, I don't know if this is like expired, but it has a terrible scent to it. It smells so bad I couldn't finish it. It smells like awfully dirty, and that could just be its fragrance, you know, because it's not artificially fragranced. It's supposed to be good for the bumps, you know, like resurfacing the skin. Of course, it's not meant to be used every single week, but you can use it nightly 2 to 3 times a week. I don't have the biggest bumps on the back of my arms, but for some reason they're like at the top right here. It's kind of like at my shoulder and like right here. So I wanted to use this for that. It's just I'm terrible about doing it nightly. But anyway, no, it stinks. I couldn't get through it. So maybe it's expired. I don't know. It's discontinued. It's half off on Kohl's website right now. I couldn't finish it. It smells so bad. And I'm pretty tolerant of like a lot of fragrances. So that kind of tells you something, I think. I tried this, you guys. This was a recommendation from one of you. It's the Makeup Remover Melting Balm from Neutrogena. Now they have like a bunch of different kinds. So I don't know if this is like the exact one that you guys recommended. I did use a decent amount, I think. I tried, I attempted. The thing is, it burned the shit out of my eyes. I could not take it. My biggest makeup remover need is gonna be my eye makeup, right? Like obviously. So I'm gonna be using this like around my eyes quite a bit. It burned so bad, you guys. It's supposed to be balm to oil with vitamin E, gentle and nourishing. Friendly for on the go. No, not friendly for my eyes. So I know you guys like balms. Most of you are balm users. I cannot find a balm that I like. The Elemis, I'm not a big fan of. It doesn't do a great job. I've tried a couple at this point. Neutrogena is probably my third, but I'm leaving balms behind. If you guys have recommendations, I can't take them. I just can't take it. I just can't use balms. I don't think they do a good enough job. I think they burn, and that's pretty much it. I actually thought this was a lot better at taking off my makeup than the Elemis one was, but I know Elemis is like super popular. It's just like balms are not for me. And if you guys have eye sensitivity, I wouldn't recommend using that particular one. All right, these I almost used up, and I talked about these last month, or the last time I did a video, because I was using the VH Essentials Feminine Cleansing Wash, and I do have one that I just finished off in here. And I got these with the purchase, but they're supposed to be pH balanced, odor defense, naturally protective ingredients, and healthy balance support. The thing is, it has tea tree oil in it, and witch hazel, and aloe, and natural extracts. These just don't work for me. I kept trying to make them work, but they have a fragrance to them. Tea tree oil is not something I want to put on my sensitive bits, and I highly recommend that feminine wash. I keep looking at it, but I recommended it several times to you guys, and I even said that like I will be repurchasing it, and I did. I repurchased like 3 different times, and I finished almost all of these. There's just one left in here, but the tea tree oil was honestly irritating me, so these are a no. I've stopped buying the VH Essentials from Amazon, and now I've switched to a different feminine wash, which I think is so much better, but it's kind of cliche, so you guys will see it at some point coming up. So those 3 I couldn't finish. They're just a pass for me. I mean, you don't have to worry about the pharmacy one because they're discontinuing it, unless you guys want to get it on Kohl's website. The half off right now is $21, so this normally retails for $42. Let's talk about the makeup products that I finished off. I finished off the Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist. I talked about finishing this off like several times in my everyday makeup videos. I have wanted to keep something like this in my collection for a while, but then I started using the MAC Fix Plus. I think it was like the alcohol-free version. I think I got like a little tester in something and I started using it again. I have used it before, but it was like so good. I don't know, it was just really what I needed right now. When I kind of over powder, it just makes everything look fresh. It's alcohol-free. This one has green tea and rose water in it, but I also think it like had some type of oils. It was just a little bit of a heavier fixing mist. And it was nice because it's semi-affordable, but I think the MAC does a better job, so I'm not gonna replace this. I wanna keep one or the other in my collection because they do similar things. I think just kind of make the makeup melt into your skin, but because this one's a little bit heavier, I just prefer the MAC, so won't be repurchasing. Also will not be repurchasing this. This was a new release that I tested, used all of. It's the NYX Blur Screen Blurring Primer Sunscreen with SPF 30. So this is like a makeup product, sort of. You know, I was actually using it as my sunscreen, but like after moisturizing in the mornings. This is just very sticky. It's kind of thick, but it's very, very tacky feeling on the skin. And it doesn't like rub in like your normal lotiony type primer or sunscreen. It's just kind of really thick. And so not every foundation was laying super nicely on top of this. I would say it's sheer. It's sheer enough, you know, it was nice, but just thicker and sticky. And I need something that's like really, really thin and sheer when it comes to sunscreen. So as much as I hate to say it, like the Supergoop is amazing and it really is like the best base if you want sunscreen like under your foundation that doesn't add any additional coverage. I have used Paula's Choice. That's also very good and moisturizing. It's just more expensive than Supergoop. The e.l.f. one is also really, really good. Can't remember what that one is called, but the one that is just like the Supergoop, that one is also very good. They're just of the best, honestly, under foundation. This was just not great under foundation. If I wore it all by itself, it would be fine, but it's just too thick, I think, for me to wear under foundation. This was the priming moisturizer from Glossier. I've had this for a while actually, and when I first got it, I was obsessed because it made my skin feel hydrated, but it was so thin and it was so good under foundation. I enjoyed it to the last drop. I won't be repurchasing it though. I'm really a big fan of priming moisturizers. Like if I can put a step in that eliminates another step, it moisturizes and it primes, I'm all for it. I'm going down that road every single time. So I've been actually hunting down priming moisturizers more frequently than like using a moisturizer, waiting 15 minutes for it to sink in and then coming up and doing my makeup because they get ready downstairs. Anyway, so I really liked this. This is very thin. It sinks into the skin. I wouldn't say that if I'm fighting a super dry skin day, this is what I was wanting to reach for, but it's great as a base for light hydration. But this is pretty expensive, so I wouldn't go after Glossier again though. I have to say that. I would definitely try and find cheaper alternatives. This one I really enjoyed, a little tester from RMS Beauty. It's the Re-Evolve Radiance Locking Primer. I actually use this in the very same way. I use this as a priming moisturizer and I took this downstairs after it's sitting up here in my makeup vanity for a while. It's just thicker and it needed a lot longer to sink into the skin. It gave a good radiance. It was hydrating. Makeup sat on top of it really good, so long as I gave it enough time to sink into the skin. This was really good, but again, very expensive. I got this in an advent calendar, I'm sure. I don't think I would repurchase this, but it was bomb. If you like RMS Beauty and you happen to be like, well, I'm willing to spend the money on that, it's great because I think that it eliminates that additional step. I think it's a moisturizer and a primer in one. The next one I have is the Shadow and Liner Primer from NYX. I won't be repurchasing this either. This is a little bit too thin for me. I like a little bit of a thicker consistency. Now, I love doe foot applicators as it pertains to eyeshadow primer, but for me, this is very watery and it's just not my style. I do prefer something a little bit thicker, but not like a paste, not like really, really dry. Rare Beauty's eyeshadow primer is honestly my favorite. I have another one, I think from AOA Studio, that's also really good. It's just, this is very watery. This was not my jam. It's not my preference, so I will not be repurchasing that. It's funny because I think NYX does eye products like super well as far as like their liners and yeah, pretty much their liners, but this one is not for me. All right, let's talk about face cleansers and face masks. I only have one mask. I'm going back to it, you guys. I emptied another one. The Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water. I'm sorry that I keep talking about this, but this is the waterproof version. I actually switched and now I have the one that has Oh my gosh, I forget. Anyway, I didn't realize they had so many other kinds that are not just like the regular and then the waterproof. They actually have a bunch that are different ingredients in them. So I did get a different one other than the waterproof finally, although waterproof is usually really good for me for taking off the kind of makeup I wear. But I can't stop using this. It's so gentle on the skin. It's not drying. It takes off my makeup better and it never burns my freaking eyes. So just for me personally, because I have that eye sensitivity to so many balms and so many different cleansers, this is just the one that doesn't burn me. So for me, it just works. I know if you're sick of hearing me talk about it, I'm probably gonna use Garnier's micellar water until I'm done. All right, these are no longer made either. These are from Clarity Cosmetics. They're Clarity Skin line. These are the turmeric face cleansing pads. I got this when they did something on their website, which is like you can get something free if you can pick out the weird item. Like I can't even remember aside from that. I think these were the free item that I got. Like I found something on their website that was supposed to be hidden and then they sent these to me for free. I had to purchase something else, but they don't even make these anymore. I don't know if Clarity Skin is still existing, but like at the time it was on their normal Clarity Cosmetics website. It was my first time trying turmeric pads and I think these are really good. I liked using them the mornings that I didn't wash my hair, but I still took a shower. And so this is what I was using to wash my face instead of like getting my hair wet because I fully washed my face, you know? So anyway, these are great. And I do think that they even out your skin tone. They're really good for that. They're really good for clarifying. Like turmeric pads like have a lot of benefits. The only thing is I think that they lighten my freckles and I don't want that. Like if you wanted to lighten your freckles, that's fine. And it's not that I don't wear a shit ton of foundation and it hides a lot of my freckles. I just don't want it to naturally lighten my freckles because I wear so much sunscreen on my face that I'm constantly trying to keep my face out of the sun. So my freckles don't necessarily get darker and I don't want them to go away. That's kind of the one downside I think of turmeric pads. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the things that it does. So I don't know if I would buy turmeric pads, but I do like them for like hyperpigmentation or uneven skin tone. I think that they're really good, but they don't even make these. So that's neither here nor there with those ones, but turmeric pads in general, I think are nice if you don't mind that. All right, this is fabulous. This is my favorite mask ever. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Hyaluronic Clay Pore Tight Facial. This is the best pore refining mask I've ever used. I freaking loved this thing. I kept the little scooper too because I think it's quite useful for like other masks that I have. This is a clay mask that does tighten your pores. You leave it on. I think it does kind of burn and tingle a little bit. My husband did this mask with me several times, but when I wash it off, quite genuinely my pores are so tight it doesn't even look like I have pores. It smooths out my nose and like right around here so well. I wouldn't say that it lasts a super long time, but it's visible for about 24 hours probably, or the pores are not visible. Either way, it's a really good mask. I thoroughly enjoy this product and I have not had a mask, a clay facial mask or any other mask that I've loved as much as this one. So I would not only recommend, but I would repurchase this. I have so many other masks in my collection because I'm not a big mask user that this took me a long time to get through, meaning I want to use the other ones first before I go and repurchase this, but I definitely would repurchase it. The one body wash type of product that I have is the VH Essentials Daily Feminine Wash. This is the one I was telling you has the tea tree oil, cranberry natural extracts, and it's just the tea tree oil. I'm pretty sure that's what's irritating me. Or the aloe. I don't respond very well to aloe. I never have. If I put aloe on top of a sunscreen, it burns the shit out of my skin. And everyone else seems to respond well to it. You have a burn, put aloe. No, it feels like you're lighting my skin on fire. So I don't think I respond very well to tea tree oil or aloe. So this is a no. I'm done. I was okay with it, I think initially, but I just realized the more that I use it, like, no, it's not actually giving me what I want. So I've moved on from this. I mean, I do like to use a separate product, you know, for my feminine area. There's a lot of discussion that's like, no, don't use anything, just use water. And then some people are like, no, you can totally use soap. But I mean, I'm so sensitive. It's this or I'm just not using a body wash down there. Like that's just not happening. So anyway, I do like having a separate sensitive wash. This one's just not it. Okay. All right. I do have two repurchases here. The Biolage Ultra Hydra Source Conditioning Balm. I love it. I love it so much I bought the big version. I'm sorry, but for my fine thin hair, anything that I use that's meant for hydration or volume for that matter makes my hair super frizzy and I can't stand it. This has been my go-to go-to and has not made my hair resistant to its effects since I bought this like months and months ago. So it's supposed to be for very dry hair, infused with kombucha butter. That's all I got. I don't know, but I love this freaking stuff. You can buy it on Amazon. I think this is like $22. I bought the big ass one, and usually if I buy like big size conditioners, I usually regret it because I can develop a resistance to them, and then my hair just stops being as shiny and pretty and hydrated. But even with that big ass bottle, like rotating it every other wash, it's still working really good, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, this is about as fresh and non-frizzy as my hair is gonna get. So this is absolutely fabulous. If you have very fine and thin dry hair, I haven't found a better conditioner in years. This is the other repurchase. This is the Moroccan oil. This one is actually like a tester with a Sephora order, but I have the actual mini that I repurchased, or that I purchased after I got a bunch of these testers. This is my favorite hair oil at the current moment because I'm using the one from Olaplex right now. I don't think it's as smooth on my very fine thin hair as the Moroccan oil one is. This is just a thinner formula. There's just something less heavy about it. It just does what it needs to do on the ends. So I find this one better than the Olaplex. The Olaplex is like almost as good for my hair type, but not quite. So I would definitely go back to the Moroccan oil. I love this stuff. This was my first time trying this. This is the Batiste Dry Shampoo Original. I do like it. It was non-drying. This is supposed to be an award-winning #1 brand with keratin, so I like that because my hair is very thin. It does leave a white cast, but it's one of the better non-white casty dry shampoos. But honestly, right now I'm using the K18 one, the one that comes in a spray, non-aerosol, and I'm just enjoying it so much more. It's actually one that I can spray like on the top of my head, and it doesn't leave a super white cast. Even though it's more expensive, I think I'm gonna stick with that one. So Batiste is good because it's pretty affordable, and I'll be buying this again for my son who has lighter hair than me because the white cast doesn't show up as much or really at all on him because he's quite blonde. But I'm gonna stick to the K18. That's the one I'm currently using. All right, this is another discontinued product because it was a special edition. It's the Bio Radiance Cream from Sol de Janeiro. This is supposed to be the body glow with hydrating squalene. This was fabulous. This is what scent? Number 87, which I want to say I have the Charosa 87 in a perfume, or is it the 62? Now I can't remember, but these just smell delicious and they're super rich and thick creams. So I don't know what the Bum Bum cream is like. This one is supposed to be, I think, maybe a little bit radiant, but it wasn't like sparkly or glittery or anything. It smells great. I did it a lot on my arms and legs. So I would totally repurchase this. I would totally repurchase the Bum Bum cream. I mean, if you like something that smells really good and delicious, I think that these are really good. But again, this was special edition. This isn't even currently for sale. But I think honestly, the Bum Bum cream is probably pretty similar to this. So with the fact that the fragrance might change in it. Anyway, that one was great. Let's talk about a sunscreen. This I got from Ulta to try because it's a mineral sunscreen, but I wanted something that was a little bit more sheer. This is the Blue Lizard Australian sunscreen with SPF 50+. It's supposed to be sensitive mineral sunscreen and have a smart cap that changes, the cap changes color in harmful UV lights. This was wild. This was wild. Like, it won Allure Best of Beauty for 2022. It was just thick. It's very, very thick and sticky, which is like what sunscreens are. So, I mean, I totally understand that, but the white cast was crazy and I can't do that. Like, see my creases right here? Like, if I were to get it here and it just like sits in my lines, like, that's wild. Anyway, this was thick and sticky and it did a damn good job. I never burned my chest. I don't know. I always felt like it protected me from the sun, all that good stuff. And this brand is particularly affordable at Ulta, so that's part of the reason. Plus, it was SPF 50. A lot of sunscreens are like 30, 40. It's like, what? Can I just get 100? I do have 100, SPF 100 somewhere around the house. We put it by the pool so we don't fry while we're swimming. This is not a repurchase for me, unfortunately. Just very sticky, very white casty. That's all I got, kids. That's all I got on that one. I'm trying so many freaking sunscreens at this point, you guys. I'm on a Neutrogena one now. Please hold. I just purchased another one today. Plus I have these that I still have not tried. The Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen 50 body, and then I did Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen Sheer Tint for your face, but this one's only 30. I couldn't find the sheer tint, CeraVe for a higher SPF, but I would love to. I keep trying a bunch to find a really good one. The one that I'm currently using for my face is 70, the Neutrogena, and it's supposed to be sport, which is really good. The problem is it's not sheer, okay? It's sheer. It's just like when it gets in like my eyebrows or whatever, or if I lay makeup on top of it too quickly, I don't know. It's not so good. But I bought this one at the same time as that one in the Neutrogena. So this one I finished off first. I just will not be repurchasing. All right, let's talk about eye creams. Two of these I got as testers and advent calendars. This is the Re-Nutriv Estee Lauder Ultra Diamond Transformative Energy Eye Cream. If you guys know, I love Lancome and Estee Lauder skincare products. I don't know, I feel a little old school saying that because they kind of are. Also, Lancome makes a sheer face sunscreen that I want to try because it's not terribly expensive. I just fear that it has like a lot of fragrance in it. So this does have a lot of fragrance in it. This is a really thick cream that I used at nighttime. I treasured this because I love Estee Lauder and Lancome products. I was like, you know, dipping out just a tiny, tiny bit. I like it because it is very thin. As far as Estee Lauder products go, this was more lightly scented than normal. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I would repurchase an eye cream from Estee Lauder or Lancome, but I would welcome any little minis I got. This one I wouldn't repurchase either, the Pure Shots from YSL. It's the Eye Reboot Concentrate, obviously a little tester, and this was thinner, so it was nice for daytime. I think I was kind of rotating daytime, nighttime, which was cool. It's nice. I didn't find that the YSL did a whole hell of a lot. The way that I felt like the Estee Lauder hydrated me a lot more. So I don't know what this is really supposed to do, you know, more so than just expensive. So I wouldn't purchase that, like the full size of it. This is actually, I think, my second tube of this. So this already is a repurchase. I talked about them in my last Beauty Empties video. This is from Saturday Skin, which is a C Beauty brand. And I just repurchased another eye cream. It's not the Wide Awake because this one's the Wide Awake brightening eye cream. I just purchased another tube, like 2 little testers from Ipsy because they were sold out on the Saturday Skin website. So this is really delicious. I love all of their face products, all of their eye products. They're so, so good. I feel hydrated. They're thin. I feel like I see a visible difference. I feel a visible difference and none of them are irritating. So I recommend all of them. Avocado plus date seed is what's in this one. But yeah, the brightening eye cream. It's just a thinner eye cream, so it was good both day and night. That's how I use this. I would repurchase and I will be. All right, here's another cream. The Clarins Multi-Active Niacinamide plus Sea Holly Extract Glow Boosting Line Smoothing Day Cream. That's how I used it. I'm pretty sure this broke me out. Clarins has a very, very high amount of fragrance in their products, and I was breaking out a ton when I was using this, and I couldn't like pinpoint what it was specifically until I stopped using it. Now, it's really, really small, so it wasn't a shit ton of product, but it was like 2 weeks that I was using it just for the daytime, and that's when I was breaking out. I always attribute it to like now I'm stressed or it's something that I'm eating, but when I stopped using this, I stopped breaking out. So I would not repurchase. I don't personally like Clarins products for the reason of so much freaking fragrance, and they're quite expensive. I would say the cream is fine feeling, but I think the fragrance does break me out. This one's an expensive one, the Perricone MD Cold Plasma Plus Advanced Serum Concentrate. My mom got me this actually because I love Perricone MD and I love specifically the Cold Plasma Plus line. I mean, there's so many good ingredients in here, and the Perricone MD line has worked for me in the past. Specifically the Cold Plasma Plus, I've always felt more plump. My lines have always felt more smooth, but for whatever reason, this just didn't hit the way that it did the first time that I used it, or first 2 times that I've used it. So, I mean, there have been so many other creams that I've tried at this point that I really do enjoy. I can't even tell you with all the testers that I still have, like what I would purchase first when I completely ran out. I'm immediately drawn to Youth to the People because so many of their face masks, moisturizers, and cleansers have worked for me. I don't think I'll buy Perricone MD again. It was nice as a treat. I just don't think it worked as well as the first time. And again, these are very expensive. This one was sent to me in PR from Banish. This is the Fighter Gel, and it's supposed to calm breakouts and eczema. This has Centella Asiatica, MSM, and Arnica. A lot of these are very good for calming redness and healing your skin quickly, specifically for like eczema breakouts. This was a aloe gel, and so it was like quite thick. I think it was nice. I really tried to get my husband to use this on his hands because he gets eczema so bad in the drier months, and his knuckles and his fingers will like dry out and chap and bleed. He wasn't using it that much, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it back and use it on myself. So I don't have eczema. I wish I could have seen how it worked for his hands. I think the one time he used it, he was like, it was okay, it was fine. Like, okay, could you give me a better report than that? I don't have too many breakouts, and I wasn't using these two things at the same time. This was already empty by the time I started using this. Now, it would have been nice to have seen whether this calmed a breakout, but I do so far. The couple of Banish products that I have been testing, I do really enjoy. I got a whole ton of them. In addition, like a micro needling kit, which I used a couple of times, and then I'm just terrible about going back. Anyway, I think that Banish is worth checking out. It's just very, very expensive. Okay, this one I really, really liked. This is the Mario Badescu Seaweed Night Cream. Are these even like good for your skin? I think it's naturally fragranced, but it's definitely highly fragranced. This was just thick and like whipped. That's what it was. Just a very whipped texture. It just made my skin feel hydrated, plump. This is thicker, so I used it at, oh, it's a night cream. Okay, well, it is thicker. I used it at night. I mean, seaweed is supposed to be good for the skin, you know, like the Dead Sea, whatever, but.
Oh, sorry, I tried to call you, you know, answer.
Oh, I'm in the middle of a video. What do you have?
You say, I'm hungry. As I walk away earlier.
Wow, babe, I can't really eat this right now.
That's why I called you to see if you wanted me to just keep it for you downstairs, but you know.
Oh my god, you're such a sweet husband. You're like panting though. You okay? I only have 4 more products, so can you take this and I'll come running down? I'll be right there. I'll be right there. There's only 4 products. I love you. Thank you. I want to say I heard somewhere that Mario Badescu is like not good for you. Like, who said that? I don't know. It's definitely a 2016 product. I quite liked it. I don't think I would repurchase it though, but I would welcome it again. All right, the last 3 products that I have for skincare are the Banish Serum from Banish, the dark spot corrector with vitamin C and E. This is freshly made clear vitamin C serum. This is an intense vitamin C serum, so it's quite brightening. I really liked this. It was kind of like oil based actually. You know, it felt like an oil. It was like intense vitamin C and E, like in a high concentrate. I mean, you can smell it. It's listed on their website, but it doesn't say specifically what the concentrate is on this vitamin C and E. I do like incorporating vitamin C and E. I mean, these vitamin C's, if they're high concentrates, they're gonna be pretty pricey, but this was good. You know, I don't know why Banish reached out to me and sent me this stuff, but I've been enjoying all of their products. All right, the Good Genes lactic acid treatment from Sunday Riley. I've had so many of these freaking things. Deeply exfoliates the dull surface of the skin for clarity, radiance, and younger looking skin. How come I'm like, I never see a result with this? This is like a product that just comes and goes in my life, and I never feel like my skin looks less dull when I use it. So that's a not for me at all. This is such a popular product. Like, Sunday Riley is expensive, known to be pretty good skincare, but I just don't find that. Aside from the vitamin C, like nothing I've tried from Sunday Riley's works, I think. The Caudalie, the Vino Perfect, this is the brightening eye cream. It was fine. It's just very expensive, and Caudalie is highly fragranced. Again though, very similar to the Lancome. I'd say this is like one of the lighter fragranced products. This was good. I would not repurchase though. It was a thin eye cream, not thick at all. It's just so damn expensive. Saturday Skin, I feel like, is fairly decently priced. There are just other eye creams on the market that I feel like do a good job that just aren't as expensive as Caudalie. I think that if I was going to use Caudalie, yeah, no, I probably wouldn't, because it's way too fragranced. I probably wouldn't purchase anything from Caudalie. I'd probably use it if it came to me free, but I just wouldn't purchase it on my own because of the fragrance. I mean, I can tolerate it for the most part, but like I don't go out and seek fragranced eye creams. All right, the very last thing that I have for today is the Ellis Brooklyn Vanilla Milk Eau de Parfum. This was just a little tester. This is crazy vanilla scented. I liked it. It's not a super long lasting vanilla scent, but it smells genuinely like vanilla extract. I love vanilla perfumes. Love, love, love. And some of them smell, you know, artificially vanilla, and they have other kind of sweet scents to them. This is the first perfume where it has genuinely smelled like you're opening like a bottle of vanilla extract. Like, my husband agrees. It's so interestingly vanilla. Like, their take of this is like, oh, we're just gonna make it smell just like vanilla extract. So that's what this smells like. Again, not a super powerful scent, not super long lasting. This was just a little like mini, like travel size, I guess. I don't remember what this came in. Probably an advent calendar. It was nice. I would not repurchase this though. As a vanilla fragrance lover, I probably wouldn't go after vanilla extract again. But I mean, I definitely enjoyed using it. That was everything that I had for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you find these videos like helpful and entertaining and all that good stuff. If you guys aren't currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe, you guys. I'm out of here and I hope to catch y'all in my next video. Bye guys.